Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here in the Transformers Earthrise review. In this review, take a look at Decepticon Fasttrack. He is one of Scorponok's little minion guys who, in G1 came with a figure, and nowadays doesn't come with a figure. Gotta buy his butt separately. Now he is just an updated form of this guy from G1. Now I don't have his arms. I've actually misplaced that. And I didn't realize that. I need to be looking around for some replacement arms for this guy, but he's just this guy modernized. Let's take a look at his packaging. His box art on the side has him in vehicle mode. You can see Airwave up there in the back. Turn around to here, box art. 10 steps get you around. You also can 7 steps to this, become like a little sword thing for Scorponok, which when I made it, it just seems really funky. I didn't like it, so it's just going to be this and this for me. Then you get your obligatory Galvatron floating in space on the top. Now let's take a look at the figure. Fasttrack in all his glory. He looks really good. The colors pop. I like the blue paint on his chest, which also goes on the back piece, which become like the windshield when he's in his vehicle mode. The orange tires really pop. I know my lights make it look more like a yellowish orange, but no, it's orange. It's orange. Hard to explain, I guess. And he comes with 2 orange weapons right there as well. And he has this little blade tip. I have it shoved in his back just so I don't lose it. But this piece here will go on the tip to make, when you make him into that sword for Scorponok, it really sells the tip of the blade. So overall, he's a good figure with some nice details on him. You say, well, the back of his legs look pretty hollow. That is for transformation. He's got to fold up. He is a weaponizer, so he does come apart. So he's pretty much a parts forming figure. So you'll just take him all apart. Your figures can use him as they do, like Brunt and all of them, as a weaponizer. But I'm not going to be using this guy this way because he belongs with Scorponok. He is his little, car. He's going to transform into that vehicle. Now, the head sculpt in the chest is very Optimus Prime. No, this reminds me of Optimus Prime. He's got the windshield chest. The black part in the middle down there looks like it'd be the grill. Even his head sculpt is reminiscent of Optimus Prime. He's got like the little long topped ears, which are actually painted silver up there on the sides. He's got the red eyes. He's got an eye band, but he's got like the the mouth plate and the head sculpt. It just reminds me of Optimus Prime. Now take a look at the actual figure in detail. Like I said, he comes with these 2 orange weapons, which he comes holding one in the package. They just tab or peg in his hands. Whoa, shake everything up like you would a normal weapon. You can also tab these in like so on the top parts of his arms. So if you want them both up there, you can have dual shoulder, like top of the shoulder cannons, or you can have them dual wielding like this, or you can do 1 and 1, however you want to do it. You also can take this piece. I just showed it back here, but if you want to not lose it, you can always show it up top like this as well. Whatever floats your boat, tickles your fancy, whatever you want to say. Also, this piece supports blast effects, of course. They wouldn't make it if it didn't support it. And then, of course, he has the pegs all over the figure to put the blast effects on him as if he's getting shot. Now, like I said, I do like all the overall details on the figure. Got some nice ankle tilts for articulation. He's got these swivels, deep knee bends, good hips out, forward and back. Is kind of slightly hindered by this piece here. Of course, you get the 360 waist swivel. He's got the bicep swivel, elbow bends. He's got a wrist swivel. It's there. Just gonna turn this sucker. And head, it's just left and right. You can 360 it all the way around as well. A little tight squeeze in there for your fingers to get inside, and your shoulders can go up to here. And you can 360 them around. Also, when you give him the package, he's actually tapped in at the top one, which will lower the shoulders. You can see how it's different. So it's whatever you want. The instructions, everything, have it on the second one down below. But if you prefer your figure to have the shoulders even with the top of the torso, you can lower them down. But when you want to transform it to certain modes, you're going to have to go into the second one here. Also, like you saw my figure here from G1, is missing his arms. If you really wanted to, these do fit on here. And if you had the G1 arms, they can go in there. You wouldn't want to do that because it'll look, you know, ridiculous. But that is it on there. So the color of the plastic, the G1 is a darker gray than the nowadays version. The oranges are actually pretty similar. G1 is a little bit darker, just slightly darker than the new Earthrise colors. But this overall comparison here of the figures, you see they were pretty true to the original in the sculpting details and everything. It's just you're gonna get a lot more articulation and stuff out of the nowadays figure than you will out of the old G1 figure. Now let's get to transforming him into his vehicle mode. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just remove his accessories. I don't think you have to take the weapons out of his hands, but I just did it so you can see how everything will actually go. First thing I'm going to do is remove this piece off his back. It's just like a backpack. Big peg here just goes right into there. Put that to the side. You'll use that in a moment. Now you want to take his torso off. This piece right here, you can see, don't pull too hard because the actual piece here needs to stay attached to the crotch. But if you pull too hard, you will pull this right off that mushroom peg. Don't worry, you didn't break the figure if that happens. It can just slide right back on. But you can see there is a slight, this piece here in the torso comes off. These here on the sides are part of the waist piece that you want to leave on. It just tabs in. There is a tab back here. And there's another little peg back here that will come. Now that stays there. This top part here and this bottom part here you want to get off. Now I had a little bit of trouble because it tabs in pretty tightly, so I always end up taking the whole torso off of that mushroom peg. So you will have to work at it probably on your copy. I don't know, my copy is very tight. See, I pulled the whole piece off, so we'll just put that. But we're wanting to get this off there. You can see there's this little black tab right in here. It just tabs it really tight. There we go. We gotta pull that off. See, there's another little peg here. It goes right in there. And there is this little slot here that this black tab right here goes into. It's just really tight, and this just kind of slides into that groove. So it really hurts my fingers and my fingernails take a beating there. So what you want to do, if this comes off, you just want to slide it right back on. Just goes right back on this mushroom peg right here. There we go. We got it back on. Now let's get back to transforming this guy. So with that piece removed, take these. You want to turn them up like so. Then you come down to his legs. They're going to fold out. You see where the empty hollowness is. They're going to come up and around. So I just want to do like this. And do that on both. See, there's a tab here. It's going to go right into the slot inside. So I'm going to bring those up. And you want to push them. So you fill that tab and lock in. You see there's slots here on the outside of the toes, the feet. You will tab right onto that. So bring this down, tab it in. That locks that part in. Now you want to come to the torso, turn him around like this, take his arms, bring them to the back like this. Then you can turn his hands around 180. Then you take his weapons, peg them into his hands. So this is all on the back side. So this looks like this. So after you do that, take his head 180 around, look this way. Then you notice there's these two peg holes right here. Two pegs right there. This will hide his face and everything, but you just want to line that up. Peg it in like that. And now you're just going to attach this piece to this piece. So what you want to do, you see back here on this black part, there's these two tabs right here. You can see there's these slots right there. What you're going to do is you're going to get those to connect. Also, right here, there's these two gray tabs. There's these slots right here. So it's all about just lining the tabs up and everything, and just tabbing him together. push it down until it snaps in. And there you go, you have transformed him into his vehicle mode. Rolls really good. He's got 6 wheels, so he should be rolling pretty good. And he zooms right across my table. Details on the figure are very nice. The wheels have these little ridges molded into them. The front here is molded. The paint is beautiful. The orange, the blue right here is done pretty well. It's like a metallic blue. From the back side, you see his torso, but of course, it does look like windshields and everything there as well. So it's not bad at all. And when you have this way, you take this piece here that forms a blade, get the pegs on his arms, peg hole here. So either side will do, and just peg that piece on like that. And that way, you're not going to lose this piece. Adds a little, distinction to one side. So it just looks like it could be like a radar dish or something else like that for the figure itself. And compare it with the G1. Now, it's not a good comparison because I'm missing the arms of the G1. But you can get the vibe you're going for here out of the vehicles. Now, this one has a little bit of the molded in details as well. Of course, Earthrise is a lot more detailed and looks a lot better. Now let's get him into that weird sword looking combination for Scorponok. Let's remove this. Remove his arms. Take this piece off like so. Take this front piece off. Pull that. You're not going to use his torso right here at all. So just put that to the side. Come back to this piece here. It will open up on this little hinge. So just split these apart. And then just go right around that peg. Like this. Put this to the side for right now. Come to his legs. We're going to open them back up. So we want to untap all this stuff here. And then we want to just pull them down. Like this. Bring his legs down. You want to come to this back side here. Turn his legs in like this. So the wheels are facing each other. Come to this right here. You want to have these down like this. So you grab this piece here. Come down here to his feet. You can see these 2 little peg holes. You're going to put this down here on that. You want this part to face all this. Get this to tab in like this. Then you take your little blade piece. You can see the peg hole and the 2 little tab slots. You can see how this is a peg and 2 tab slots. Just peg it and gets right into there. Come down to this piece here. This is where his arms are going to go. What you're going to do is see how this has that little spot there. Just want to tab that in. And you can see where the gun piece is here. You just want to do the same thing. There. And you hold it like that. And I think that's it's a handle, but it's really wonky and just I'm not a big fan of it. I just think it just looks kind of awkward. Probably better I turn this around. So this is gonna be the front piece. You want it to look nice. It's not something I'm a big fan of. So I'm not really gonna be doing this. I just think it just looks too thin. It's not gonna. It's not cutting it for me. So let's get to my final thoughts. Alright, so final thoughts on Fasttrack. He is an excellent figure. A lot of the joints are very tight on my copy. The biggest negative on the figure is just trying to remove that torso piece for transformation. I end up pulling off his entire top half and have to reapply the mushroom peg. And it's a big killer on my thumbs and my fingernails. That's really the only complaint of the figure. Now I don't like the sword alt mode. It just feels a little janky, a little wonky. I'm not a big fan of it. It doesn't feel sturdy enough. Now the vehicle mode is fine. It's perfect as is. The robot mode is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I love it. And he's probably going to stay. He's probably just going to stay in robot mode 99.9% of the time because I just love the look of his robot mode. He's an excellent figure. I would definitely recommend picking this guy up. I want to say thanks for watching this review. Until the next one. Peace out.